A very good evening, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, ZMH 286, Patricia and David. And it has been an absolutely delightful day here, just beautiful, despite the fact that it started at 11 degrees Celsius, which is rather on the nippy side, but it's been calm and sunny, and it's 14 degrees now, but it's still calm and sunny. Well, there's about 2 knots of south-southeasterly. 1027 on the bar. We just love these big anticyclones, although Oz is sending us a bit of mess coming up. But anyway, it's only about 10% cloud cover even now, so that's really, really good. I've just had emails come in at the last minute here, so I'm trying to sort of work out what information I can give you. I can tell you that there's been a bit of activity with boats. We have Soy Libra, Loafer and Mintaka US have left Minerva. It looks like they've got about 20 knots, but hopefully Mintaka and Soy Libre will be on to tell us exactly what it's doing out there shortly. Pogean has just sent a message to tell us what it's like at Minerva, but I first of all will tell you that Andiamo left yesterday from Marsden, and I'm just picking up their AIS isn't working, but their tracker is. And they are at 32 degrees 32.6. I wish they'd give it in degrees and minutes, but anyway, 32 degrees 0.6 and 176.4 south, heading to Minerva. They're doing, oh God, they've got miles per hour, for heaven's sake. You have to let them know to do a bit of changing of units here, but they're on a course of north-northeast and heading to Minerva. So thank you for that. I will let you know, I'm sure Debbie's listening, and I'll let you know what it's like in nautical terms next time around. But I'll tell you, I'll go to the picture, looking at it. Oh, excuse me, hang on, we've got all sorts of other things setting passwords and everything. I'm sure I saw Pogean. Yes, here it is. Pogean's report from Minerva. There won't be too many people there now to spread out the lobsters. First really pleasant day there with lots of sun and winds not above 15 knots. Wow. Well, you don't need to ship that weather to us because we've got our own beautiful weather here. They're going to be staying another week, making the most of their probably last trip to Minerva before they head to Tonga. So anyway, they've got a bit of news here. They've moved, I saw on the AIS, that moved up to the entrance and dived the drop-off just outside the reef. We haven't done that. So they saw some really big wrasse and grouper, and hoping that the spear fishermen won't get at them. But then they started poking around the bommies looking for lobsters and found a large octopus that didn't shy away from them. That's interesting. After catching the lobster, they gave the bits of crustacean, gave I'm getting tongue-tied. He gave the octopus the bits of the crustacean that they didn't want, and he gobbled them up and pulled them back into the lair. That must have been really fun to watch. Rich was shining his underwater torch at him, but he seemed to prefer Rich shining the torch on his own face, and he came quite close to check him out. Wow. So they've named him Oki. He stayed quite orange, so we wanted to name him OJ or Donald, but the Admiral didn't approve of those names. I could see why. So they've named him Oki. Anyway, getting back to what the weather is like at Minerva, 20% cloud cover, 16 knots from the south, and 2-metre seas estimated outside from the south in a 1014. And Mintaka has taken off for Vanuatu. That's right. I talked to them, and Soy Libra has left for Fiji, and Loafer has left for Tonga. So that's sprayed out in all sorts of directions. So there you go. And another boat, Banyan, stayed overnight. So 3 boats there now on the AIS, and Water Dogs has also left for Fiji. So there's Silhouette, Pogean, and Waitiki still at Minerva. All right, I'm going to call a couple of boats, talk to you about Andiamo. I'm looking at Fuse because Fuse is on our dock, and I don't think they've got a radio. I should have talked to them before they left, but they have taken off with a small group of boats, and they're at 31. Well, actually, this was at 1 p.m. 31 south and 176.57 east, doing 10.3 knots according to the AIS. It's a very fast-looking boat. I wouldn't think it's 14 and a half, 15 meters.
Double rudder.
Yeah, double rudder. It's an interesting boat, and I think he's an electrician. It's called Fuse anyway. 027 is the course. Okay, just a little bit of news for the petrol heads from New Zealand because it's been, sort of a good weekend. Shane van Gisbergen has won very well the Chicago Street race in the NASCAR series. So he is doing really, really well. We're going to Sonoma next weekend. Very sadly, in the Formula One at Silverstone, Liam Lawson, through no fault of his own, got taken out on the first lap by someone who hit the back of him, or back rear of him. Back left rear to be precise. So that was pretty sad because he does very well at Silverstone and has done in the past. But that's racing, as they say. Okay, let's go to, I'll try and find a couple of the boats that are out there tonight, and we'll go first of all to Soy Libre Gulf Harbour Radio.
Soy Libre, how come?
Oh, brilliant copy tonight. That's really, really good. So you leave Minerva and the weather comes good. Go ahead, Andy.
Yes, I left this morning at 9 o'clock, and my current position is 22 degrees, 59 minutes south, 179 degrees, 01 minutes west. I'm on a course of 353 true. That's 353 at 5 knots. The wind is coming out of the east-southeast at 12 to 15 knots. I have fallen seas, but I have just a curious westerly large sea coming at me. Cloud cover is 30%. Barometer is 1015. Over.
Okay, there's just no noise on the frequency tonight. It's perfect copy from Andy on Soy Libre heading to Fiji, and he is at 22 degrees 59 south, 179 degrees 01 west, on a course of 353 true at 5 knots, with east-southeast 12 to 15, which is interesting because the GFS has it got that is south-southeast at 20, so they're not too good tonight. Cloud cover 30%, 1015, and a bit of annoying swell directions there, but otherwise I take it all is well on board. Over.
Yeah, I think they're probably closer on the week, more from the south than the east. Over.
Oh, okay. We'll make that. We'll call it southeast. So that's good.
That's on what Tonga has to say.
Yeah, we'll tell you what Tonga has to say. Here's David.
Yeah, well, hello there. Andy, and I'm looking at the Tonga forecast briefly. I'm very ill prepared tonight, but they're calling off south to southeasterly winds about 10 to 15 knots and rising up to 20 at times, and moderate sea about 2.5 meters, and that will be good through Wednesday. Yeah. I'm looking to see what
He's going to
Tuesday
Fiji.
is.
Yeah. He's going to Fiji. Eh?
Yeah, I know you're going to Fiji, but the Tonga forecast is covering the Minervas, and you're real close to it right now. So I'm using their forecast for your position. So you tell Patricia what I'm doing. And Yeah, and Tuesday, sorry I'm going backwards on this, but southerly winds, maybe southwest in it, but you're not falling off that at all. 10 to 15 and rising up to 20 at times. So that's Tuesday. Wednesday is south to southeast, 10 to 15,
That's still
and
good.
rising up to 20. So it looks like a pretty good trip. Um, there is a low at 25 south and 176 west. There's a cold front that emanates from that. It's not going to affect you, but it's heading right over Niue, over northern Tonga, and just to the north of Fiji. Well, I'm at it. I might as well talk about the rest.
Well, no, because, oh, you righto. Yeah.
Not much really to say. The synoptic picture, real fast, low over the central Tasman, a high over New Zealand, 1032 millibar. It's ridging. The ridge axis is from New Zealand and a straight line to New Caledonia. So that means that really all of the winds from Minerva up to Fiji are going to be more or less southeasterly for a while. And the low I just talked about. And the last big thing is a trough from Solomon's that heads over to Rotuma and over Wallace, and it sweeps on to the southern Cooks. Looks like a pretty active trough, a lot of thunderstorm activity in it. Not going to bother anybody that we talk to, but I thought I'd mention it as part of the big picture. So that's, I'm afraid, all I've done for today. So with that, back to Andy and Patricia.
Thank you for that, and I'm sure that Mark and Robin heard that on their way. I'll talk to them next. Actually, I wouldn't mind you hanging around the radio for a minute, Andy, just in case I don't copy Mark too well, because you're much closer than I am. Okay, did you copy all that, Andy, over?
I did copy that. I'm looking forward to hopefully some more easterly because the following seas and the rollies, it's just a little bit nicer over.
Yep, it sounds like it would be, but it could be a lot worse. Maybe it's just you've got too much crayfish in your tummy. All right, just stand by and we'll see if I can pick up Mintaka, Gulf Harbour.
Mintaka here, how copy?
Actually, it's pretty good tonight, Mark, so yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mintaka is at 23 degrees, 11 minutes south, 179 degrees, 48 minutes west. Our course is about 3002, speed is 6.8 knots. We've had anywhere from 15 to 20 knots up and down during the day, so it's right up and down. This sailing, maybe 20% other, mostly just light and just a sterling bluebird day, over.
Sounds good. So that's always nice, isn't it? Okay, Mintaka on their way to Port Vila. 2311 south, 179 degrees, 48 west, on a course of 300 true, 6.8, with 15 to 20 knots from the south and 15% cloud cover. So a good day. Actually, everyone's had a good day up there by the sound of the activity within the reef itself. Actually, Rich didn't mention the whale that was in there, so I don't know whether you guys saw it. Anyway, sounds all good, so we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Over.
We saw the whale as we came out the boat flying. That was pretty cool. He was not very far away.
Oh, fantastic! Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that there is not a calf around because normally, if they're messing around close in like that, they've got a calf with them. So, all right, that would have been spectacular, especially with the sun. It sounds like a pretty decent day for you two. All right, hi to Robin, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow. And we'll clear with Mintaka, and I'm just looking at, there was another email came in from Michael on Andiamo. They had a bit of excitement this morning, actually, as Had to raise everyone from the bed to help with the line that took off. Anyway, they just had a light shower and nothing much more to report there. So they're 570 odd miles to Minerva Reef and won't be on tonight because they're conserving power. So there you go.
What's their position?
Their position is, hang on David, I shall tell you, 32 degrees 44 south and 176 degrees 24 east. So there is a group of boats around that area actually that left. So they're all enjoying themselves, including Fuse, which must have left from up there as well, because I didn't see them when I went to the marina a couple of days ago. Okay, that's about it from us here. Is there anybody wanting anything or wanting to say anything? Please call now. No, nothing heard. Yeah, David didn't get time for doing a good job of the weather today. He's a bit depressed actually because we hit a pothole yesterday with our car and totally destroyed the front left tyre, and there is none in the country, and it will take 3 weeks to get one from Australia. So he's going to have to ride with me for the next 3 weeks. So it's been a bit of a saga today getting the tow truck to take the car, which got towed home yesterday and towed down to the dealership today. So he's just not a happy chappy. But anyway, he'll cheer up tomorrow, and we'll be back with some more weather tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. This is Gulf Harbour Radio, and we are clear.